2 ways to solo over a dominant 7th chord. My name's Nolan, and in this series of videos, I'm answering your questions on playing gypsy jazz guitar. And I got a question from Simon in Canada, who was asking for ways and concepts to deal with improvising over dominant 7th chords. And dominant 7th chords, there's an E dominant 7th, E7, A7. So it's a good question, and lots of people are asking, and because it's kind of not set in stone. For example, when you play over E major, you're going to use an E. An E arpeggio is going to work. An E major scale is going to work. You can get the concept. E arpeggio, E major scale works. E minor arpeggio of course works. E minor scale, if it's harmonic, melodic, it's going to work. Over the dominant 7th, there's lots of ways you can do it, and actually then it gets really interesting and exciting. But here's 2 of many concepts which you can use. The first one is you can use diminished arpeggio, built on the third of the E major scale. So you got E7, that note there, that makes it major. So that's G sharp, and that's the 3rd of E. So you can build a diminished arpeggio. You can build diminished whatever arpeggio from the 3rd. So it's just kind of a concept to think about. So if you're soloing along an E7, you can go. And you would have known, maybe that's something you would practice, you know, a diminished arpeggio, and that's the theoretical concept. From the 3rd of the chord, you build the diminished arpeggio. So for example, if you're in C7, and you're going to build on the 3rd, what's the 3rd of C? It's E natural, so then that's where you build your diminished. You know, whatever, that's where you build it from, the 3rd of C. So that's one concept. Another way which I like to use is this sound. So for E7, you've got your E9 there. And then I'm kind of thinking these notes. So the 7th, D, the flat 5, the 9th, the 7th, the 5th, and then the 3rd again. So remember the diminished was, but this one. It's a different sound, and it's kind of built around this chord. So G sharp, D, F sharp, and A sharp or B flat. That's the flat 5. Again, I see it, you can navigate to it, just like with the diminished as a 3rd, you can navigate this from the chord itself. So I play that chord, E, G sharp, D, F sharp, B flat. That's built on the 3rd of E, and that's where I can go. And then there's lots of licks and ideas which can come out of that, even if you go. Sounds great. And now also it's nice to resolve that note, the A sharp to the B. So you'd start. There's the 7th. That's a good phrase. Yeah. So in this video, I'll just keep it to 2 examples. So you got the diminished. Stem from that 3rd of the E, and then you've got this. You can start to get nice sounds out of that. So there's 2 ways, Simon, to help you improvise and solo over a dominant 7th chord. And there's many more, but just get started with those 2, kind of hear the sounds, hear how they sound cool, and then start to use it over any dominant 7th you see. So there you go. Thanks for the question. If you've got a question about Gypsy Jazz guitar, then send me an email at questions@gypsyjazzsecrets.com. I'll be happy to answer it. So yeah, make sure you share this video with your guitar buddies and give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and then I'll be seeing you really soon in another video.